Today we're talking about the Adidas road shoe BOA. The overall fit on this shoe is good. I have a wide foot and my foot fits snug without feeling overly tight in the upper shoe area. The toe box has way more space than some other brands I've tried. Not as much as my standard width Bont Vapor S's, but way more than my cramped Shimano RC9s. The width and the toe box, they feel quite similar to the Bonts. However, the flexible outer shoe and tongue material allows your foot to really push and spill over the sides if it needs to, unlike the Bonts, which have carbon sidewalls. So as soon as your foot gets pressed up against those carbon sidewalls for extended periods of time, if you've got pressure points or a really fat foot, then you're gonna get things like numbness and discomfort when riding, which are just not good, especially on longer rides and over the long term. The fit is true to size. In my case, this 41 fits like a lot of other 41s I've tried on. In fact, the fit is quite similar to a lot of other Adidas shoes I've had. Go figure. The tongue and the outer of the shoe feel really comfy against my foot, which is really nice. However, this probably comes at a cost of durability over the long term. The shoe material just doesn't feel as durable as the Bonts or the Shimanos that I have. Your feet rest on these flimsy footbeds, which don't provide any support, and Adidas don't provide any additional shims or molding ability with these shoes. So I insert my Shimano inner soles, which have an arch insert or shim, or I use my custom 3/4 inner soles, which are from a podiatrist. These little pull tabs that are on the side of the shoe, initially I thought, why do I even need these? But after sliding my foot in and out a couple times, my fat foot, you kind of need these pull tabs to keep the rigidity of the shoe
as you slide them on.
Performance. Now here's where it gets spicy. And you can take this whole thing with a giant Himalayan grain of salt, because I've only ridden on these for a couple minutes. But the problems sort of arise before I even jump on a bike. The base of the shoes is this nylon and glass composite plate, which is not stiff. I noticed the flex as I was walking to my bike. It caught me by complete surprise because it's not something I've ever experienced in my cycling shoes before. I know you're thinking, yeah, must be nice, Chris, to only ever have stiff carbon plated cycling shoes that feel like wooden clogs on your feet that you lose no watts to. Anyways, when I'm sitting and cycling, they're completely fine. They feel just like a normal cycling shoe. It's once I start to pull more watts down and then stand out of the saddle, I notice this sensation, and all I can boil it down to is that the sole is flexing as I'm riding. The single BOA is definitely a downgrade from 2, especially when you're trying to apply even pressure across the top of your foot when you're tightening. This BOA also doesn't reverse, so you can't back it off a couple clicks if you just want to relieve a little bit of pressure when you're riding. No, you have to fully release the tension and then retighten. Aesthetics. Clean, understated, and minimal. I love the sock-like look. It's why I bought these in the first place. The reflective bits are also cool, and they add function whilst keeping that understated theme, the weight. They don't feel heavy, but here you go. Price. $300 Australian dollars or $180 on sale, which is exactly what I paid for these shoes. At $300 though, that puts these into the mid to high end category. Now, are you really getting your money's worth in performance for $300? Conclusion. These are some really great cycling shoes, but I'm just not convinced after riding on them for only a couple minutes that they'll meet the performance demands that I'm after in a cycling shoe. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up returning these and put my money towards a mid-range or high-end cycling shoe that's made by a reputable cycling shoe manufacturer. I think my money will go further and I'm gonna get the performance I want. As Dustin Klein said in one of his videos, Adidas has this really rich history
of cycling. Can we lean into this heritage a little bit more?
So I just wish that these were better. Come on, Adidas. Because of how flexible the base of this shoe is, I think these are worth about $100, $150 max. But you're in luck. Adidas offers the same shoe without the BOA and laces on sale for about 125 bucks. So if you have to have a pair of Adidas cycling shoes, that is the mall I'd recommend to get your money's worth. For now though, if I want 3 stripes on my shoes, I'm just gonna go buy a pair of Adidas sneakers. Let me know if you think these shoes, based on what I've said or what you think by perusing the website, if they're worth it for the money. Would you buy them?